Namaste, all you fragrant people, and welcome to yet another podcast with Om Incense Show with DJ. Grab your favorite beverage and your snacks while I give you company. So, I'm sorry for not giving the review episode today. I'm down with cold and I'm unable to smell anything. So, that's the reason I gave this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this. And today we're doing a plant monogram of Spikenard from this free ebook which is called Sacred Aromatics. I'll be giving the link of it in the description box below. I've given it earlier also. You might just want to get that book, download that book and read it for yourself. There are some nice plant monograms there. So today let's read about Spikenard or Jatamansi. So this is one of those very important ingredients in the Indian incense industry and also the Ayurvedic Ayurvedic industry. So that's what we have here. This is Spikenard, and let's read about this. It says, one of the oldest incense plants whose use dates back to biblical times and prior is the sacred Spikenard plant, Nardostasis jatamansi. Ancient Hindus, Egyptians, and Hebrews considered this plant sacred and used it in medicine, ritual, and for various healing and spiritual purposes. This hardy plant is native to high altitude Himalayan regions in Nepal, Bhutan, China, Sikkim, and even parts of Japan. I wonder why they've given Sikkim separately. Anyway, and even parts of Japan, growing between 90,000 and 15,000 feet in elevation. Spikenard grows up to 3 feet tall with lanceolate leaves and small white, pink to light purple flowers. Its hairy rhizome roots are the source of its highly fragrant qualities and its essential oil, which is intensely aromatic, amber-colored, and thicker in constituency. I remember one of these spiritual gurus once telling us long time back. I used to be associated with an ashram. So he told us back then that, if you see around, you'll see very few purple-colored flowers, and purple has an energy which is very close to the spiritual realm. So if you find a purple something, flowers or vegetables, it's considered really good. Spikenard is one of the most ancient aromatics used in many different cultures of the old world. Its earthy, bittersweet, rich and woody aroma has been incorporated into perfume, cosmetics, and incense for ages. Its mystical associations can be traced throughout history. In the Song of Solomon, an alabastron selenite container of oil of spikenard was used by Mary Magdalene to anoint Jesus before the Last Supper. She used a pound of the oil, an entire year's worth of wages in those times, and anointed the feet of Jesus using her hair to wipe them clean again. In post-biblical times, it became spiritually symbolic for a bride to anoint her husband's feet in their marriage bed, signifying sacred devotion and partnership. There are also many ancient texts referring to the anointing of holy people, monks, and high initiates with the sacred and costly oil of spikenard. There is much magic and symbolism surrounding this sacred plant, which led to its use as one of the ingredients in the holy Ketoret incense mixture, burnt in daily ritual at the first and second temples of Solomon. As mentioned before, certain plants have a special effect that can only be associated with a higher divine connection. Words cannot explain the inner experience a sacred plant can offer those who consciously or ritualistically engage with it. When burning incense or using an anointing oil in a more ritualistic manner or to accompany prayer, spikenard greatly enhances the experience, enlivening the soul and creating a potent atmosphere or energy where one is able to feel that special closeness to something greater than themselves. At the same time, as its smoke or aroma is inhaled, its unique medicine heightens the mood and emotions while elevating the mind towards higher thoughts. In addition to its divine resonance and its strong emotional or psychological effects, perhaps the plant was also seen as being close to the heavens, as it was only found growing high in the majestic mountains of the Himalayas. And those of us who know about Himalayas know that Himalaya is considered as it's one of the holiest places on earth for us, for Hindus. And Parvati ji, the consort of Shiva, is considered the daughter of Himalaya, and his wife Manavati. So that's the reason Himalaya is considered very important for us. And the other thing is, we believe that Shiva, of course, resides there. So, beloved Shiva, lovely Shiva. Jatamansi. Jatamansi has been an important medicinal aromatic plant in Ayurveda for thousands of years as an incense, ingested herb, infused oil, and essential oil. It has also been used in the traditional Chinese medicine, Coptic medicine, Tibetan medicine, Greek medicine, and many other healing systems of the Orient and Europe for a wide variety of imbalances and diseases. Spikenard has a strong effect on the nervous system and mind and has been used for ages to promote deeper sleep, soothe insomnia sufferers, and treat headaches. Another mystical virtue of this plant is its ability to affect dreaming, bringing about greater vividness and promoting lucidity while strengthening dream recall. As a classic remedy for the nervous system and the heart, Jatamansi is often used for anxiety and nervous tension. In Chinese medicine, it's known to regulate and smooth qi energy. Its sedative properties make it proficient in cases of stress and restless thoughts, relaxing the physical body and soothing the mind. Spikenard is known as a cognitive enhancer, improving brain function and bringing balance to certain nervous disorders. In combination with Brahmi, Bakupa, and other Ayurvedic herbs, it's even used in the treatment of certain cases of autism. It's also a natural antidepressant herb which is used to lift the emotional heart, spirit, and bring positivity to the mind. In the system of Ayurveda, spikenard balances all three doshas with a stronger effect on Pitta and Kapha doshas. Though it's considered warming to the body, it's an ideal incense or oil for releasing and working through heated emotions such as anger and frustration. Spikenard is prescribed in the forms of incense, essential oil, infused medical oils, tea, or powdered herb. Special care is required while administering this herb internally to people with high blood pressure. Spikenard grows high up in the mountains, close to the heavens, but also has thick, sweet roots and a strong earth element correspondence, making it a bridge between the higher and lower dimensions. This reflects its power to ground someone's mind and energy while lifting up their mood, thoughts, and spirit. This is the essence and nature of Spikenard. The future of Spikenard. Let's just say using a pound of spikenard oil to anoint your husband's or your wife's feet would be incredibly unsustainable today. Spikenard was tragically listed as critically endangered in the wild by the IUCN in 2015. It was agreed upon back in 2003 by experts in the field that 80% of its wild population had declined within 10 years. As its popularity and the high demand and sale of spikenard essential oil continues to grow despite its endangerment, there is a great need for everyone who uses this sacred plant as incense or essential oil for spiritual or medicinal purposes to become more aware of its issue of sustainability. There is also a need for companies that import or export it to have greater transparency around their harvesting and sourcing of this precious plant. If you use spikenard in any form, it would be good to consider this issue, as the entire plant is often harvested, roots and all, and since it is slow to replenish in the wild, the increasing harvesting of spikenard for essential oil production is putting a heavy strain on its natural populations. If you use spikenard, it would be wise to request that your essential oil and incense sources find alternatives to selling wild harvested spikenard and start supporting its cultivation so that we and our future generations can continue our profound relationship with this divine, healing, holy plant while allowing its natural populations to recover. So that's all we had today in this reading. But I'll be giving you a link of this book, and since it's a free ebook, I'd request you to just kindly go and grab your copy of it. And it has some, I guess, around some 20 books, 20 plant monographs or something, and you'll find it a very interesting read, and you'll get to learn a lot also. And I'll be doing these podcasts, so for some people, reading is a tough thing, but it's listening to these podcasts, it's easier for them to grab the knowledge that way. So I'll be putting this here, but if you are somebody who like to read stuff, then you might just want to get that download, get it printed in a book form and get it for yourself. I have been planning that for, I don't know how many years, but I'll be doing it sometime soon, most probably. So that's all that we had for the episode today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. And thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.